Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Alright everyone, now as you saw in the intro, today's ToyHax review is going to focus on the labels for Transformers Legacy G2 Laser Optimus Prime. And as you saw, a lot of these labels are on this foil backing, and man, oh man, I honestly cannot wait to get these on. These look like the decals for the intersection when it's in base mode. I like a lot of these screens here. Very nice, very nice. And of course, I think this is for the main body here, which you have, yes, a lot of the main body, vehicle mode, chest mode. I think labels for the sword as well. Very awesome. I'm liking that. And of course, we do have some of these little labels, which you do see on the sides here. So you also see the name as well as the G2 Autobot symbol, as well as the Decepticon symbol. So very nice. And you got with some more labels here. Now I recognize these here, and those are going to be for the shoulder pads. The others I'm not exactly too sure. I'll have to go ahead and look on site to see where those are going to go. Now this one is kind of an enigma here, because I haven't a damn clue where these are going to go. So that's going to be there. Now I know you're probably wondering about this one, and I saved this one for last because this is so bleeping awesome. And this is the illustration that goes on the tanker. And for anyone that held any iteration of the G2 Prime, whether it's the original one or the Titans Returns version, we all had a type of illustration that went on his tanker. And for anyone that saw the review of my Titans Returns G2 Prime ToyHax review, you'll notice that I had to go ahead and do a complete ToyHax on that one, because the labels that originally came with was like meh. But nonetheless, I'm liking this illustration. And then of course you do have other stickers, and I think you also see the license plates on here. Now of course, either I'm probably going to wind up going with either Optimus or Convoy. Just, well, I'll decide, once I get there. But those are the labels. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure, and we'll go ahead and do a before and after in both modes. Alright folks, now as you see, Laser Optimus Prime is very reminiscent of his original G2 mode, as well as it was reiterated in Titans Returns. I like the look bottom, the big old monster shoulder pads and everything else. However, it is kind of bland in my personal opinion. Now, I mean, there's a lot of gray and such, especially around the mid section, or I should say mid section here. At the same time, his chest is very clear and transparent, and you can see the matrix here, and it's just it feels like it's lacking a lot. Now, of course, around, as you look around, it's not bad. However, like I said, I do feel it is lacking a lot. Also, these, I should say, let me go ahead and pull these up. These areas that are kind of gappy, that's another issue for another time, but that's something that I will take care of later on. But moving on, like I said, application wise, very, very minimal in terms of paint. So let's go ahead and see what ToyHax can do for this. All right, folks, now here he is after he's already been labeled up with ToyHax labels, and I have to say, holy shit. I mean, this really makes the figure pop out a hell of a lot more than before. Now, as you can tell, as I was messing around with it, he's got several different chest labels, and as a matter of fact, I had my choice of either the clear blue or the one where it's transparent, you can see the matrix, which we were already seeing that regularly. And I looked back at some of the images of the original G2 Laser Optimus Prime, and it had this on here. Now, if I remember correctly, with my Titans Returns version of the same figure, I went ahead and had this on here. Now, of course, it didn't say Optimus Prime or anything like that, but it had the same design. So that being said, I went ahead and added that on there. Now, one of the things I did not do was add the reflective sticker for his faceplate here. One of the other things that I was unable to do, and it's mostly because of a size issue in terms of a lot of these stickers, was to put on either the blue, reflective blue for his eyes, or the yellow. And it was difficult because the only thing I had to work with are these. These little nose tweezers, and that is a tight space, as you can tell. So perhaps I'll try again at another time, but I have done a lot with this. There was a lot of small decals, as you can tell, here along his feet. Oh, sorry, you can't really see that, so let me zoom that out here. So as you can tell, he's got some decals here, especially along this section on his shoulder pads, inside the this section here. I don't know if you're able to see it, but there are stickers that go along either side of the mohawk, and as well as, and I'm going to try and see if I can do this. There we go. And there are labels along the audio receptors. A lot of stickers along this section here. And of course, I'm going to pull this open. Come on. Okay. Come on, damn it. There we go. Okay, so you also have some labels for his missile pods here. Labels for his forearms along here, along the side here, along his legs, at his feet right there. I don't know if the camera picks it up. There we go. And you also get some knee missile pods right here, which is really cool, really. I like that. And then, of course, along the knee pads here, very similar, and right above his crotch piece. And along his weapons, as you can tell, there is some reflective blue, so it kind of shows that there is some energon flowing through there, and along his sword as well. So not too bad for the for the robot mode. I mean, again, when I first reviewed them, I did make a statement that I had wished that ToyHax, or I had hoped that ToyHax would have a label set, and my wish came true. And honestly, this turned out a hell of a lot better now. I'm very, very pleased with what I've seen, so far. And as you can tell, there are some decals along the windows and the windshields along certain areas that you will see when I transform him into vehicle mode. But other than that, that is what I have right now. There we go. Very, very nice. Like I said, I mean, I'm very impressed with with this label set. So I'd say that's all there is for him, labeled up in robot mode. Now let's go ahead and do a quick review of before and after the ToyHax review, or the ToyHax labels. All right, now coming out of the box, basically he looks like a very good looking, tanker trailer. I mean, I like the molded details on there, the paint applications. They gave him the flaming, hood here. A lot of good clear blue transparent windows. Now I love that they went ahead and painted the insides of where the hubcaps are and whatnot. And of course you see a lot of good molded detail on here. Now this is where I do have some issues, where it's just really, really bland. But I have to say, all in all, not too bad. Now I'm really looking forward to seeing how this vehicle mode is going to fare after all, especially after the ToyHax upgrade. So we've seen before, let's go ahead and take a look at after. And here is Optimus in vehicle mode after the ToyHax upgrade. And wow, I mean, I am so damn floored. Now here you have him as he is right there. I mean, just a definite throwback. Even the artwork on the tanker is awesome, and it's not the same on both sides. You got two different types of artwork. I mean, I'm just so totally floored. Now again, these are all paneled out and everything else, but I mean, good God, this is awesome. And of course there are some really cool details. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off the tanker. As you can tell, there is that splendid artwork right there. And then as we turn this around, we got the other one there. Very, very nice. And it looks like you see the word octane. So I guess they're trying to use prime octane that he's carrying. But one of the things that you're going to notice also is you got that reflective silver braided paneling on here. And there we go. Sorry about that. I mean, that is, as you can tell, when the light hits it, you see it big time. Now, one of the things I saw in the instructions was the G2 symbol right there, but there was also a spare that I put back here. So very nice, and you can tell there's that braided paneling there, and it also has O prime. And as a matter of fact, something I did forget, so excuse my hand. I did forget O prime Cybertron Highway. I mean, I have to admit that is pretty nice. You also got the headlights. Like I said, a lot of these labels were, if you don't mind me saying so, were very difficult to put on, especially in certain areas. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom this out here. Now, one area I really wish they had gone ahead and you know, kept on there, or at least allowed on there, were for, you know, his roof lights, but you can tell they're just really small. And these are the horns, by the way. So, almost forgot. Now on the side, there was the Autobot symbol on here, but I went ahead and put this G2 Autobot symbol. You also got the grates for the steps. Also, now originally there was supposed to be, and let me see if I can find it. Oh yes, there it is. So there was supposed to be, for the door, that says Optimus Prime, but we already got it in big, bold, you know, throw it in your face lettering. And I figured, you know what, why not just go ahead and just put the symbol on there. And I have to say, that is so awesome. Damn. So there he is in vehicle mode, and like I said before, he is awesome. So we got one more, and that is for the battle mode, and that took me a little bit of time, but I have to say, well, you know what, before I say anything, I want you to check it out. So give me a few minutes, and then we'll take a look at both. Well, I should say we'll take a look at, you know, the base mode before and after. In this third mode here, basically you see the trailer in a type of base mode. Now this was also found in the original G2 version. However, this one, I have to say, just like the outside in trailer mode, or I should say tanker mode, the inside was lacking a lot. And I mean, it has the potential, don't get me wrong. I'm looking at a lot of potential, especially when you look at it from the back. Now, if you remember earlier in the video when I showed off the labels themselves, you saw a lot of displays. So I'm seeing where a lot of that goes here. However, in addition to that, you see a lot of add-on stickers for the sides here and probably around this section here. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these labels are going to wind up, you know, adding on to the figure. So you've seen the base mode before. Let's go ahead and take a look at after. Folks, and here's the base mode, all toy hacked up and ready for action. And as I stated before, this the labels that basically a lot of it got transferred over as you know, from the the vehicle mode. However, a lot of the labels within the base mode, as you can tell, you see some different screens here. You also see, and I'm going to try and show this to you, a danger symbol there. You also see some wiring and conduits going on there. But on this side, you see a lot of monitors and screens, and on this side as well. Very nice. Now, honestly, I do wish they had given, you know, this particular mode a little bit more in terms of different accessories. Now, I know that there were a couple of additional add-ons when it came down to the G2 Laser Optimus Prime, and personally, you know, that would have been awesome to have, you know. But again, that's just me. Now, I do know that there are a couple of people, Larkin Slayer being one of them, who is making some add-on accessories for his battle station mode. Now, I have taken a look at, you know, at that in his reviews and whatnot, and I have to say I'm liking it a lot. You know, now of course, you know, I would say, you know, if nothing else, this would be something that I would definitely like to get, you know, when I have the opportunity. But again, you know, like I said, when I have the opportunity. So let's see here. Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and try to get Optimus transformed, and I should have done this beforehand. So yeah, that's my fault. So excuse me if I sound like I'm rambling, because in essence I really am. So let's see here. There we go. Okay, so it's been a while since I've actually transformed. Well, not a while, but I mean, it's been a little bit of time since I've transformed this new figure. So I'm almost there though. But now, whether or not though, I have to say, if I do get in the upgrade sets, you know, that'd be awesome. You know, I have to go ahead and check out his Etsy store and just to see how that works out. Really, like I said, there are certain add-on kits I have seen that basically actually look good. Now I do know there's one dude that I've seen him producing some really awesome weapons upgrade sets for this figure. So I'm just like, wow. But nonetheless, not too bad. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get Optimus in there. Now I know in my earlier comments I did make the mention that I was going to put down Convoy instead of Optimus or Prime or whatever the case may be, but not too shabby, if I do say so myself. So yeah. So there is Legacy Laser Optimus Prime, ToyHaxed up and everything, and I have to say I really like it. I mean, it was lacking a lot of any type of paint applications and whatnot, and so when I saw Patriot Prime reviewing this set, I'm like, yes, they did make one. So I went ahead and put an order out, and I'm very impressed. Now I did unfortunately lose a couple of pieces of the labels. One, the shoulder blade, because it was just really small, and my eyesight is not as like it once was, so I have no idea where the hell it went. For all I know, it's probably stuck under my foot. Who knows? And then of course his eyes. I mean, I really wish I was able to put that on there, but it was just, I just could not get my fat fingers to get in there, and I'm just working with limited tools in my personal case. So other than that, that is my take well, I should say that's my take on it. So give me a moment while I go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup before I continue any further, and I'll come back with my thoughts and my final score. Alright, thank you for waiting. I do appreciate your patience. Now, as I stated throughout the review, when I first got this figure, I noticed right off the bat it was pretty plain. There were no labels on the tanker, and the figure was okay, but it lacked any type of additional paint apps. The base mode was definitely lacking. So as I stated earlier, when I saw Patriot Prime doing his review for this particular set, I had to go ahead and go onto ToyHax and buy me a set. And I have to say, it was an investment well made, because it allowed me options to where I can go ahead and basically make this figure a little bit better, and I'm very pleased with what I have with it. Now granted, despite that, label wise he's great, he's spot on, he's perfect. However, I do think he would probably be a little bit better with some additional weapons or accessories that he could have used. But again, that's my own personal opinion. But other than that, on a scale of 1 through 10, I want to rate this label set a 9. It is a great set. A lot of small pieces. I do want to let you know there are a lot of small pieces, so do be careful. And if you have any suggestions on how to apply, the smaller pieces within small areas, or where you have to dip in, like underneath his helmet, let me know, please. I can use all the help I can get. But again, that's my take. I'd like to hear from you all. Have you been able to get this figure? And if so, do you like him? Do you hate him? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can be notified when I post up new videos. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.